Vamos enseguida con el siguiente conferencista, el señor Christopher Cloutier. Nos va a hablar un poquito sobre agregar tecnología a las operaciones de su tienda, cómo la tecnología afecta a las tiendas y sus propietarios. Buenos días.
Thank you very much. Thank you. ¿Cómo está? Yes. All right, that's about as much Spanish as I'm going to speak as well. I'm Chris Cloutier. I'm going to talk a little bit about adding technology to your shop operations. So we've had a lot of people talk about new technologies coming, these new cars, autonomous cars. How does it affect the independent aftermarket auto repair shop? How can we start taking some of these technologies and using them to our advantage? Because why is technology important to our shop? Well, we're driving computers now. We're not driving cars anymore. So by us understanding that, we can start doing things like bringing tablets into our bays and giving our technicians technology that will get them used to these new cars that are coming. So we need to start thinking as owners, how is technology changing our operations? Why am I giving this presentation? Who am I? I actually own 2 auto repair shops. Like Donnie said, I'm the guy out of Texas. I own 2 auto repair shops in Texas, one in Dallas, one in Wiley. I also own a software company, AutoTextMe. AutoTextMe builds digital workflow, digital inspections, and basically it digitizes the operations within your shop. I built this in my shop 7 years ago. It's now in the United States and in Canada. I have people using my software everywhere. I also am very blessed to be the leader of 3 teams. So regardless of what technology that you want to adopt or what systems you want to bring into your shop, you always have to remember it's the team. It's the people that have to do your processes, the people who have to understand the systems. It's your people who have to understand the technology. As Donnie's saying, we're not just training technicians anymore, mechanics. We're taking engineers now, and we're going to have to teach these engineers, these computer scientists, how to work on these cars. So I'm very blessed to have 3 great teams that follow my lead. So our technology goals for this presentation, we always talk about technician efficiency and technician productivity. Well, what about our overall shop technology and our efficiency and our productivity there? What about enhancing that customer experience? The ability to be transparent. We have a speaker talking later on videos and how a picture is worth 1,000 words. So having these technologies and using these in your shop starts creating transparency, building a better customer experience for your customer. Of course, these all lead to more profits and better, stronger bottom lines. Here's an infographic I created several years ago. I have a background in technology. I've been in technology for 20, 30 years. I graduated from university with a computer science degree. Whenever I talk to a shop owner and I'd start talking technology, I'd start talking digital inspection or digital workflow, I was talking to a guy who's been working on cars for 20, 30 years, and I'd see a glaze in their eyes, and they'd start kind of saying, well, Chris, I don't understand what you're talking about. Because I've been working on cars, so what I want to do is I want to put together something that said, hey, if I was going to adopt technology over time, what would it look like? Now, I'm not saying shops over there to the left are any less efficient and less productive, because you're making money. But as you start leveraging technology in your shop, what happens is it creates an X factor. You start multiplying your productivity and efficiency in your shop. So the ones over here become very productive. You'll see I have it broken down to 3 stages: the majority, which most shops are in, and the minority, which most shops are getting into, and then the advanced, which is very advanced for a lot of shops. Telematics. Are you bringing telematics in? Are you using any type of aftermarket OBD2 device to connect to your customer's car? We know manufacturers are now putting in the cell chips into the cars to communicate directly, but we're going to have a gap of a couple of years, and that's like the ultimate connection. So once again, this is a roadmap I've put together. I'm going to talk about a couple of these. There's 19 points on here. I can't go through all of them, but just give you an idea. And you can go to shoptechnologytimeline.com, and you can see this infographic, and you can see this explanation of what I have. Once again, shoptechnologytimeline.com. So the first one, once again, is the majority. I use an example, smartphones. 10 years ago, right, if I asked the room how many people had a smartphone, we'd have 10%. Now if I ask, it's 90%. Just like we were talking about autonomous cars and driverless vehicles. In 10 years, barely anybody rose their hand, but in 10 years, everybody's going to raise their hand. That's just the way technology is. So this first stage is things that happen regardless of whether we want them to or not. We have to be reactive as shop owners. So online feedback, customer feedback, it happens whether or not you want it to. There's Google out there, there's Yelp out there. As a business owner, you can't hide online. They're gonna find you. Consumers are gonna find you and they're gonna talk about you. So what we need to do is understand that and embrace it. So that's one of the most common places to start, is understanding I'm online, I'm exposed. So let me deal with that exposure as I get it. I'm gonna flip through a couple here: web presence, online resources, online ordering. If you have a website, if you're online, chances are you're using some of these things. Online scheduling, you're getting cars in. I don't really want to spend a lot of time in stage 1 or because I really want to get to stage 2. This is, I really think, where shops start to set themselves apart. Once again, me and Donnie, being shop owners, we want to create gaps, right? We want to adopt technology early, and we want our consumers to go, hey, this is the place I want to go. There's a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of consolidation, as Donnie says. So the more I can start adopting technology in my process, I can start creating this technological gap. You can see here real-time customer communications. This is one of the things I love to do. I want my customer to know what's going on with their vehicle at any given point in time. So I'm using push technology. I'm pushing them text messages. I'm pushing them emails. I don't want them calling my shop asking what's going on with their vehicle. I want to let them know what's going on with their vehicle, right? So we're seeing this in hotel industry now. We're seeing with the airlines, is your plane delayed? This is push technology that we need to be pushing to our consumers. Automated workflow. Here you can see here an infographic of where is the car at any given time. It's kind of hard to see, it's a little gray, but that's okay. I have check-in, I have diagnosing. I have one car in diagnosing. I have one in waiting on approval. So this is taking a whiteboard. This is taking all your vehicles in your shop and having a whiteboard digitized so you know exactly where cars are at any given point in time. I call this stop losing cars. When I first bought my shop, it was very slow. The busier we got, the more I loved it, but then the more we lost cars. Car would come in, we'd be busy, keys everywhere, paper everywhere. Then we'd walk out at the end of the day, we're patting ourselves on the back that we got some cars done. We'd look out, I'd look at my manager call and I'd say, oh, what's that car? Well, I don't know. Uh-oh. And then you look, and what happens? The technician parked it, and then you forgot about it. So by digitizing your workflow and knowing where everything's at, it keeps everybody on the same page in your shop. Digital vehicle inspections. No more paper. Give that technician a tablet, give them a digital vehicle inspection, let them fill this information in, let them take pictures of the car, let them take videos of the car. And once again, this might seem like a very minor step, but it starts preparing your technician for the future. Once these computers start coming in, get them used to a computer, get them used to interacting with this tablet, get them used to interacting with technology, and then when these cars start changing and they start becoming very complex, his mindset is already there. He's already comfortable with technology. He's already moving with technology. So digital vehicle inspections, I think, are very important in setting that mindset for your technicians. Stage 3. This gets into an advanced set of shops. I call this less than 1% of shops out there because a lot of the technology is so new, it's very hard to adopt. It doesn't even really exist. Or the segments that exist are so new, it doesn't work so well. I've been here, I'm in a couple of stages, not all the stages. Digital work orders. Everybody talks about digital inspections. Once you get a digital inspection done, how does your technician now complete the work? Where's the work order? So before, if you could print him off a piece of paper for a work order, he's out there and he's checking off and saying, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. But you can see here in this example, 2 of my items are complete and I have 1 more to complete. So the more you digitize something, once again, the more transparency you create in the shop and the more it improves the efficiency in your shop. Cloud-based shop management systems. Everything's moving to the cloud. I not only have a cloud-based shop management system, my software that I work for my automated workflow and digital inspections is cloud-based, and I also use Google Documents. So literally every computer I have at my shops, they don't have any software running other than web browsers on them. Everything I need to connect is connected via the cloud. Everything I do, I can sit here right now, I can pull up and show you what's going on in my shop right now. I can tell you how many cars I had in my shop right now. I can tell you what status my cars are in the shop right now. I can tell you what's going on with a work order. I can tell you everything I need to know without ever having to call my shop via the cloud. Here's one of the things we failed on twice. I tried to bring in telematics and connected car into my shop. I brought 2 different aftermarket OBD2 devices in, and they just didn't work. Some of them worked on some cars, some of them didn't work on others, some of them pulled this information, some of them didn't pull this information. This is a failure. When you're in stage 3 as an auto repair shop, you're in the deep end. You're trying to figure out, once again, things that have not been figured out. Not everybody's doing them. So I'm not discouraged by the fact that I failed in this. As our earlier speakers talked about, this is coming, right? So we either wait for those cars to come in our bay that are digitized, that are communicating, or we get on board and we try and find these devices that we can start communicating with them now, right? The whole idea is, let's get that technology in. Let's get adopted quick. So in summary, I just want to say, don't get overwhelmed. Change is good. I like change. Changes are constantly happening. In the next 10 years, 5 years, we're going to see changes. This is a supercomputer. This supercomputer is not going away. Our cars are becoming supercomputers. Can you imagine that? It driving you. So let's make sure in our shops that we're preparing ourselves and our people for this technology that's coming in, right? Let's adopt this technology sooner rather than later. Don't be the one to be the last one to get this. Be the first one to get this. Be the first one to start taking these changes into your operations and looking at technology. I love that when you said, this is how the billionaires, this is how people get rich. They see what's coming. They visualize what's coming and they find the best way to attack it. And I think as auto repair shop owners, as business owners, we have that opportunity. You can visit my website, Golden Rule Auto Care, Wiley ARP, Auto Text Me, or shoptechnologytimeline.com. Here's some of my contact information. I love talking technology, and I do appreciate the opportunity to be here. Thank you very much.